Good morning, beautiful people. My name is Amanda Zitto. If you are new here, I make motorcycle travel vlogs, how-tos, and general encouragement for you to get out and do the thing. Today, we are removing my front tire because it's a little bit worn, so I don't have enough tread to get me back to Portland. So I have to take out the front tire, take it down to Al's, have them change my tire, and while they're changing my tire, I've convinced my dad, maybe my brother, to go up into the mountains with me. Partially just because I love my mountains. It's a good time always to be in the mountains. And also I have a little bit of an ulterior motive today. Today's video is sponsored by OnxOffroad. It is a mapping app specifically designed to plan all of your off-road adventures. More on that a little bit later, but first, I gotta get the front tire of this bike off. Luckily, my front tire only comes off with the one, but before we take the axle out, I gotta take the brake caliper off. The front tire is so much easier to get off than the rear. You don't have to deal with the chain. Am I the only one who thinks that? I don't know. The front tire is just so much easier. I always carry extra paper towels with my tool roll, specifically so that I have a very obvious, clean place to put bolts. I just want you guys to witness my dad tying up the brake caliper with twine.
Hey, it's a farmer fix.
Alright, tire off. We have the new rubber. We're going to take it down to Alcycle just because I know that they can do it easier. And we don't have a balancer. Hey brother, when are you going to get a balancer?
All it is a spindle with a bearing, and you put the wheel on it.
Well, you haven't done it yet.
Other things.
He'll probably do it when he needs it.
No, I'll probably just continue to take them down to Al's.
It's true. We love Alcycle in Hamilton. They're very nice, and they always help us.
Very accommodating.
Very accommodating. They also sponsor Rocky Mountain Rolls, so we're pretty biased. Okay, we're gonna load this up and take it down to Al's, and then we're gonna go to the woods. Yeah! New tire on and acquired. Now we get to go to the woods. I've already downloaded our maps offline on the OnxOffroad map, so when we get out of service up Willow Creek, we will still know where we're going. I've been using OnxOffroad app for about a year now. I got it initially because it was the easiest to use app that I could find that also clearly defined where the borders of public land were. And that's still one of my favorite features of the app. But I also want to go over some of the other basic features that you can expect from OnxOffroad. One of the features of this app that I think is going to be super useful for new off-road and ADV riders is the Discover Trails tab in the app. It's going to show you a bunch of different trails that are available in your area, including featured trails, and those are going to be the ones highlighted in blue, and those are going to have a lot more information about them, including a difficulty rating, photos, what kind of vehicle you should probably have in order to tackle it, especially if you aren't familiar with what OHV areas or even just national forest trails are available in your area. This app is going to make it so much easier to find what is open and available to you. The old version of trying to find OHV areas in your area is to either know people who already know where they are, or going on the Forest Service website and downloading those maps and having to look up the longitude and latitude of those areas on a different map in order to even figure out where it is. OnxOffroad is going to make that so much easier. The trails are all highlighted, so they're easy to find. You don't no zooming in super far in order to figure out where those roads are. Trails are color-coded on the map. So red trails are closed, green trails are open, and blue trails are those featured trails that I talked about that have a lot more information. You can view the map in topo, satellite mode, or a hybrid where you can see the topo maps on top of satellite mode, which is what I tend to leave it in. If you hit the location icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the app, it'll locate you on the trail, and if you hit it again, it will orientate the map so that it faces the direction that you are facing. Some of my favorite features of this app, besides being able to clearly delineate whether you're on public lands or not, is also the waypoints and the tracking feature. The tracking feature will show you how long you've been out, the exact route that you did, and how fast you were going on average. You can also trim the beginning and end of that route, so if you forgot to turn off tracking once you finish the route and it followed you all the way home, you can trim that route so that it ends at the end of the trail so that you can share it with other people. The waypoints function is also one of my favorites because I do a lot of planning at home, as many of you know, so that I can search ahead of time and find a bunch of different campgrounds, do my research ahead of time, and make notes about how much that campground is going to cost, and maybe some pictures if I've already been there. And the selection for custom icons is also one of my favorite things. As a very visual person, I appreciate the variety of icons available and that you can change the color. You can also make waypoints while you're on the trail. If you stop at a location and it's pretty and you want to either make a note of that on the trail or send it to somebody else, you can stop. You can take a photo of that place so you have a reference of what it looked like and add that to the waypoint as well. Something else that OnxOffroad does that I don't find a lot in other mapping apps is the weather feature. It will show you the weather in the local area. It'll give you a forecast. It'll give you what time the sun is supposed to rise and what time the sun is supposed to set, which is particularly important for me and all of the night riding I seem to be doing. Not on purpose, but it just happens. So knowing when the sun is going to set is also awesome. One of the other reasons I really love this app is because you can use it on mobile and desktop. So you can do like me and plan all of your waypoints ahead of time, draw your route with the line tool on the map on desktop, or if you already have a GPX file or a KML file, say for a BDR, you can upload those direct to OnxOffroad and they will populate on your map with waypoints. And you can even select areas that you want to download offline on desktop, and then when you open your phone, you can download those areas. In the past, I've had to do all my planning for the route in one app and then add all my waypoints and locations that I want to step out in another app. And OnxOffroad has made it so that I can do all of that in one place. There are also icons all over the map for key locations like gas stations that are ethanol-free, campsites, dump stations if you have an RV, and also areas that may be gated. There's a ton of information in here, and especially if you spend any time in a national forest, I think it's going to be an awesome tool for you. One of the other great things about the app is just the simplicity of the user interface, so it's super easy to learn. There isn't a bunch of features that are buried underneath of other ones, and anybody can use it. I can prove it. This is my dad.
Hello.
Do you want to share with the internet how old you are?
Sure, 66.
You got to play with the app in the
Yes.
house for a little bit.
Yep.
Would you say that it was easy to figure out how to use?
Yeah, it was easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
My dad did not have a smartphone until like 3 years
Yeah.
ago?
It's been longer than that now. Probably about 4 years ago.
4 years ago. My dad got a smartphone 4 years ago.
And I still don't know how to use it.
He's never been particularly tech savvy. I love you.
Yeah.
But it's true. We had computers in my house pretty much the whole time growing up because Mom always had one at the house. And Dad would not touch them because if he did, they would break.
Pretty much.
So if my dad, the not so tech savvy person, can figure out how to use this app, so can you.
Pretty much.
So from your perspective, do you think like this would be a good resource for people who haven't really gotten the opportunity to explore off-road yet?
Oh yeah, I think it'd be an excellent thing.
Yeah.
Very easy for them to find things without a lot of research.
Yeah. Without having to get paper maps from the
Maps and
Forest Service and
sit down and spread them out and have the wind blow them all over. Yeah, much easier. Much easier.
it's a lot harder to get lost.
Yes, it is. Darn it.
Yeah, I don't think the motorcycle would have made it this far. Look at that fresh rubber. So fresh. Front tire back on, axle torqued, pinch bolt in place, brake calipers back on. I hope that you guys enjoyed coming along on the adventure today. And make sure you check out Onx Offroad for your next off-road adventure. Onx Offroad comes in 3 different versions: free, premium, and elite. Free has waypoints tracking, weather, satellite hybrid, and topo-based maps, and it's synced to the cloud. Premium, which is the version that I've been paying for the last year, has the featured trails that I talked about, unlimited save maps, photo waypoints, and 3D maps. With the elite version that they just introduced, you can also get property boundaries and landowner names and lot info. Check out the link in my description to check out the features of Onx Offroad for yourself. In the meantime, guys, question for my end screen crew: is there still snow on your favorite Forest Service road? Have you been able to get all the way up yet? Still a lot of snow up here in Montana, and still a lot of snow in Oregon. Let me know. See you later. It is 4:30 a.m. It is 36 degrees outside. My phone just said because of the wind chill, it makes it feel like 29. And I'm gonna go and try and capture the meteor shower because Doodle told me to. Well, I gave it a good shot. I did see one part of the meteor shower kind of cross the sky while I was trying to set up the cameras, but I don't think I managed to capture anything with the cameras themselves. So, I'm sorry I failed you, Doodle, but I did get up. I time-lapsed the sunrise. It took like 7 batteries. I'm doing it! See, even when I try to do stuff by myself...
Yeah, old Nutsy here gets involved every time.
You,
right, there's your baby.
Gary, Grandpa... Trailheads, lookout towers. I had to look at the map because there's so many icons I couldn't remember all of them.
How long the trail is, you can mark the trail easy enough for yourself or send it to friends.
Yeah.
Very friendly user. Yeah, how do you say it? User friendly.
Yeah.